And Mali's military junta leader, General Assimi Goïta, is set to take over the role of a defense minister. And this is after the previous office holder was killed in a recent wave of surprise attacks. A decree read on Malian state television says Goïta will replace the late Sadio Camara as defense minister. Goïta will be assisted by Mali's Army Chief of Staff, General Omar Diarra, who has been appointed Minister Delegate for Defense. Mali has been facing a security crisis over a week after an alliance of terrorists and separatist rebels launched nationwide raids. During the offensive, Defense Minister Camara was killed in an apparent suicide truck bombing at his residence near the capital, Bamako. Malian authorities are reportedly investigating soldiers suspected of involvement in the attacks. On the 25th of April, Malian citizens awoke to gunfire and explosions as an alliance of two armed groups. They launched coordinated attacks at the heart of the West African country's military government. A military junta has been in power in Mali since coups in 2020 and 2021. And fresh data from the U.S. National Transportation Safety Board is putting China back under the spotlight. And this is over the 2022 crash of China Eastern Airlines flight MU5735. Now, the Boeing 737-800 operated by China Eastern Airlines was flying from Kunming to Guangzhou when it suddenly plunged from 29,000 feet. It crashed into a mountain in Guangxi, killing all 132 on board. Now, more than 4 years on, there is still no final report from Chinese authorities. But now, U.S. analysis of the flight radar recorder, it reveals a critical detail. Both engine fuel switches were moved from run to cut off mid-flight. These switches are manual. They must be physically lifted and turned. The data shows no attempt to switch them back and no sign of engine restart. Moments later, the aircraft entered a steep, fatal dive. Aviation experts say that this strongly points to deliberate action, but it does not identify who moved the controls or why. There are also indications, which are still unconfirmed, of conflicting inputs in the cockpit, suggesting one pilot may have forced the dive while another tried to recover. The cockpit voice recorder was recovered, but its audio was handed only to China. The Civil Aviation Administration of China continues to maintain that there were no technical faults, no weather issues, and no abnormalities before the crash, but has offered no final explanation. Global aviation bodies, including the International Air Transport Association, are now pressing for transparency. They are warning that delays in releasing findings could impact flight safety worldwide.